There isn't a single politician who hasn't told me, tell me exactly what I need to do and I'll do it, Republican or Democrat. Amazingly, unlike labor, unlike Chamber of Commerce, unlike NRA, unlike the environment, we do not have a cheat sheet, the answers to the test for policymakers to say, oh, housing, I can do this. Oh, agriculture, I can do this. I mean, who would know that in Department of Agriculture there are lots of things people can do to help this systemically, let alone the Department of Justice and all the things we can do to fix that, which unfortunately is plagued by the fact that it's a disproportionate number of people in the system are people with these illnesses. So I have found the willingness to do something, but the lack of available support and direction, that's been what's missing.
And as you say, the perception that politicians have that the community is not organized enough to support them if they did it.
That's right.
So the reason there was a Mental Health Parity Act, the original one, and then the second one that Patrick did, is because of the rise of certain advocacy groups that were able to bring for the first time any kind of power to this area. And they taught some valuable lessons. These lessons came right in the aftermath of the AIDS crisis, where the AIDS crisis taught people how to organize on health care. But one of the biggest challenges of this whole election is no one talked about health at all.
And mental health. They didn't talk about mental health.
But they didn't talk about any health. They talked only about economics, as if health is not the thing that we all have in common. And I think it was a failure on both sides, and I think you're going to see that failure on both sides. But it is an issue that if people can't be open, if people can't be organized, so it's not, are there politicians there? You can always find politicians. If somebody had wanted to go after the Hunter Biden situation and just say, okay, you're going after this, well, what about the fact that you have somebody in your family who's in recovery that you're hiding? And that's what political people do, not to embarrass people, but to remind people that what they're doing is shaming somebody with a medical condition for their own political goals. It's been done a million times before. It's been done to Thomas Eagleton. It was done to you. The way that you combat it is to go right back in the face of it and say, you know what, I'm not the only one. I'm just the one who got arrested today. And why don't we do something positive with this instead of letting it spiral out of control, which it definitely did. And we were talking all the time during the Biden thing, why can't this be a referendum on the way you treat somebody with these illnesses?